Hey, everybody. We're live. All right, Dex, I turned you back on. We're live and ready to go here. Thanks for joining us. This is Technically Speaking Part 2. And, man, I can't crop my camera on this deal. Usually I can crop it on the other stuff, but now they're like seeing my whole office up in here. Got to center myself.
I can barely see a thing.
Got to center myself a little. You should be able to see stuff, no?
I can see stuff now. I have my screen real small.
Okay, here, let me raise my chair. Ready? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera off while I raise my chair. There we are. Now I'm a little taller and a little more centered. But anyway, doesn't matter. Thanks everybody for joining us today. This is Frank from PulseWaveTrading, and I am joined by Dex, the Algo Capitalist, and suddenly, and with great joy, I also announced the arrival of my good friend V, the Gorilla Economist. There he is. What's up, buddy? Notice I'm the only one who shows my face in here.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, I could turn on my cam, but I need a haircut.
You do need a haircut.
I need a full body trim
and liposuction. Burn! Just kidding.
I like using hot candle wax. That's where I go. You know that tranny that goes to Canada.
You can't say tranny on our webcast.
This dude who's dressed up as a woman, was it Jessica?
This is a bad way to start our webinar.
Well, he goes to spot in Canada, and he tries to sue them because they won't wax his ball and stuff.
Yeah,
that dude, right?
Wow.
Well, I walk in there and try to do.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I try to do full body waxing, and they run away, and not because not any private areas, but just the fact that I'm just I look like a giant Sasquatch. That's what I look like.
Big simian.
Yeah, I'm a big simian, man. Well,
I want to welcome everybody. We have the LOL support of Gen S, famous cat blogger. So I've become. I know this isn't a Rogue News show, but we like to give people a few seconds to get in here. So bear with us. If you're watching live, let us know. Comment in the live chat. We have a link to that on our website where we started. So go ahead and check that out. But I found out yesterday that our executive assistant is a famous part of the catosphere, a word I learned yesterday, and I can't get over it. Like my wife was like, can we stop talking about this and watch our movie now last night? Like I can't get over, like, guys, you have to understand. I told you that she had a popular cat blog. I looked it up. It's more than popular. She was like inspirational to the whole cat blog movement.
You know, I was inspirational to the cat blog movement one time myself.
What I'm afraid to set you up to continue your thought. She said, like, I don't know what you're going to say. Here's what she says. She's so regretting telling me that. I look up this like cat blog central catosphere homepage, and it literally starts by saying, I know many of you were inspired by so-and-so and so-and-so. And the second so-and-so was
this to our esteemed assistant. Just
the second so-and-so was her. Like they weren't saying she's a famous cat blogger. They were saying she got it started. All right.
Wow.
She was like,
she's the OG.
That's what I told her. I said, you are one of the OGs of internet BS. You started like for wherever our culture is now, where people take pictures of their cats and their lunches all day. She started it with the cat part. And I don't know if I'm impressed or horrified, but I
take pictures of my lunch every day.
Mesmerized. I'm mesmerized. Okay. Thanks everybody for joining us. We've been live for 5 minutes. So I think I'll go ahead and actually, start talking about our topic today. So first off, I want to welcome my esteemed guests, my partners, my bros. I've got with me V, the Gorilla Economist of Rogue News.
Hello, peoples.
Hi, V. And I've got I had a shave. I had a full hobo beard before going in today. I mean, like more than a week's worth. And, you know, my neck beard is very gray, so I just look horrible. And then, of course, we have the creator of PulseWave Trading and the PulseWave Trading system, our main man, Dex, the Algo Capitalist. So what's up, Dex? How are you doing today?
Fine. I'm always doing fine on Fridays.
Yeah, I know you love Friday. I love Friday too. Tonight is, it's not always date night, but tonight is date night, and it's a double date night, because not double date, but doubly so, because my wife's birthday this weekend. So we'll be celebrating that. We're going to the movies. We're not seeing the movie I wanted to see because it's her birthday.
There you go.
Although most weeks we're not seeing the movie I want to see. So, so I'm not sure the birthday is responsible. Jen says, y'all are welcome. This is where cat blogging has led us to crypto trading. Yep. I don't know if I told you guys this, but Jen, since coming to work for us, has become a full Bitcoiner. Like she monitors her Bitcoin every day, and she loves it, and she's going to be rich, and it's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. She's all about that Bitcoin. So today we're doing Technically Speaking Part 2. We might get joined by Kung Fu. I'm not sure. If we do, that would be great. And maybe he'll turn his camera on. He's very handsome young man. So I like to throw some
Bradley Cooper.
I like to throw some eye candy at the ladies. So if Kung Fu joins us, that would be great. But I'm not 100% sure. So, but here's what we're talking about. This is Technically Speaking Part 2, and Technically Speaking Part 1. We contrasted trend trading, or actually we started with technical analysis trading or technical trading versus trend trading. Today we're talking all about reversals, and so we're going to talk about how to what reversal trading is, how to identify reversals, and then how a trigger system contributes to that. So
and trigger systems, we're not referring to MAGA hats or anything else that might trigger liberals and far left.
Yeah, not things that will trigger you
trade wise.
Things that will trigger your
not in an
trade.
SJW sense.
Yeah, no. Not in the least. So so let's jump right into it. But first thing though that people need to realize is that you could literally get hit by a car while you're trading or fall out of an airplane. So Dex, our general advice disclosure is up on the screen. People should read it. They should commit it to memory. They should set it to music and sing it to their children when they put them to bed at night. What do you have to say about the risks of trading?
I think you just said it. I think you just said it, man. It's you put it spot on. There's risk in any type of trading or investing, and one should do their homework before they enter into it. You can read our full disclosure on our website. You can lose more than your initial account when trading futures and Forex or pretty much any other security for that matter.
And past performance is no guarantee of future results.
No, it is not.
Wow, that was epic. That was amazing.
Welcome.
All right, very good. So that's our disclaimer. Now let's talk about reversals. Here we go. So Technically Speaking Part 2, talking about reversals today. And let's get right into it. So Dex, you're going to help me. There's 3 parts that we're going to work through here. The reversals, we're going to talk about how to identify them, and then we'll end off by talking about price triggers. So to get started, let's talk about what reversal trading is. And I have just a few bullet points, and Dex, feel free to jump in with commentary. And just to remind people, when we're going through this is an educational series. We're going to be talking about all these things. We want our members, as well as future members, present members, to understand. And by the way, Jen, if you're listening, please let people know that we're live in the room. I was a little busy and forgot to do that. So please post that same link I gave you in the #1 alert channel, and that would be great. So we're not saying reversal trading is bad versus trend trading. Not at all. To the contrary, we're showing you the benefit of each one of these different approaches to trading. That's what we're exploring in all of these. We're also showing you some of the difficulties of these ways of trading and how we can help you with that. So starting off with reversals, first thing is it's all about price direction. And so reversal traders are a reversal shows that the price direction of an asset has changed from going up to going down, and from going down to going up. So very simple way to put it. Traders in this method of trading, it's all about finding exits. So the traders are trying to get out of positions that are aligned with the trend prior to a reversal, or they get out once the reversal is underway. Third thing, sorry, I'm just getting set up here. Looking for big price movements, large price movements. It's all about price action. So reversals typically refer to a large price changes where the trend changes direction. Small counter moves against the trend are called pullbacks or consolidations. Now, when it starts to occur, a reversal isn't distinguishable from a pullback. This is the difficulty of trying to find a reversal, is that those smaller movements, the pullbacks or when a pullback takes place, it's not clear if it's a reversal until it forms a clear trend. So reversals typically refer to large price changes where the trend changes direction. Small counter moves, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. When it starts to occur, a reversal isn't distinguishable from a pullback. A reversal keeps going and forms a new trend. That's the key to whether or not you have a reversal, is if it forms a new trend. So it's very similar to trend trading. While a pullback ends and then the price starts moving back in the trending direction. So this is the basics of reversal trading. Dex, you got anything to contribute to that?
Absolutely. In a nutshell, what Frank just said to you is reversal trading is picking tops and bottoms. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find tops in the market and you're trying to find bottoms in the market. The common thought process behind this concept is that it's a losing concept. You can't on a consistent basis pick tops and bottoms. Traditionally, that was the belief system held by Wall Street. Well, because we know more now, and because we have algorithmic machines that process millions of pieces of data in milliseconds, that is no longer the case.
Mm-hmm.
It has now become easier to find tops and bottoms than it ever has been before. But with that said, there's a secret behind being able to do it. Yeah. Traditional standard technical indicators will not do it for you. There's something else that you need. There's a very important tool that you need, and we will talk about that later.
Yes, we will. Yeah, we're not there yet, but we will talk about that very soon. So let's get to the next thing here. Just got to bring this up on the screen. I'm still getting used to our new projection webinar app here, so bear with me. That leads us into this next thing, which is what is a reversal trader doing? And that's really key to this. What does it look like to actually be involved in that on a day-to-day basis? So a couple of key points. First off, they're always analyzing price action. So a reversal trader analyzes price action to predict significant changes in the trend. Dex, right there, before we even get any further, it's a pretty difficult task to lay on a person. For example, if someone said, well, okay, reversal trading sounds great. It's very similar to trend trading, which is in our opinion, one of the best ways to trade. Predicting that price action, though, is no joke.
Yeah, it's a fool's errand. It's, it's true, like the long-term belief system, but it's not true because of the appropriate tool that is necessary to be able to do it. So without the new tools, yeah, you're stuck in tradition, which is you won't be able to do it on a consistent basis, if at all. And there are many factors involved in that. So yes, absolutely. And one of the reasons is because when you're trying to pick, tops and bottoms in markets, basically what you're saying is you're saying that the market has topped, the market has bottomed, and so you're expecting a price reversal. But the problem that you will face is that everyone else is using the same tools that you're using, number one. And number two, it's going to give everyone the same information. So guess what? Everyone's going to be wrong because everyone's using the same tool, which is also itself flawed. So that's kind of what people face.
Right.
And we'll get into that more about that later too.
Yeah, and this gets to the actual method, which is trend lines, technical indicators. And the thing with this stuff is it always looks great when after it's happened. Right? You've got your trend line, you got your support, you got all of this stuff going on, and it looks brilliant after the fact.
That's a very important point that you just made.
Yeah.
These are, you're using past price action to try to determine, a future direction. And like you said, hindsight is 20/20. So what do we call indicators like that? We call them lagging indicators.
Right.
So your standard technical analysis and trend lines are lagging indicators. It only tells you what the price action has done. It's perfect in doing that. but it cannot tell you what it is doing what is it going to do tomorrow? What is it going to do 24 hours from now? That's the most important question that you have when you're trading a market. And we'll talk more about that also later.
And going with that, there's a lot of waiting going on. So what do? They wait, and what are we waiting for? Waiting for the reversal confirmation to place trades.
And by the time you get the confirmation, you've already missed your opportunity to get in the market. It's left you behind.
Yeah. Whereas if you have a specific trigger that is triggering the trade that is confirming the reversal, it's a lot easier. And obviously that's where we're going with this. Downside of this, it can be helpful, but very expensive to learn. Expensive to learn in two ways. One, which is one of our points of pride at PulseWaveTrading, is that a lot of services are going to sell you, upsell you, triple upsell you on courses, classes, masterminds, chat rooms, until you don't have anything left to trade with. And so it can be very expensive to get the education. Even more expensive is trying to find your feet once you do have the education, trying to find your legs to use a system like that. So you got the education itself, but then you got the real education, which is trying to trade a system like that, where you get your face torn off, as we like to say.
Absolutely. You get your face ripped off, pulled all the way back to the white meat.
You don't have
and the market is the biggest teacher and the best teacher. It will show you immediately when you're wrong. And if you keep being wrong, eventually you will never be wrong again, because you will run out of money.
Yeah. So getting back to it, we absolutely love the idea of catching a reversal. In fact, that's essentially what trend trading is. You're just talking about trend trading in a different way. I mean, I guess there's some particulars. So catching a trend is great. We just think there's a better way to do it, and that is to use what we call price triggers. And so let's spend a minute talking about price triggers and how to use them. So first off, price triggers are the product of extracted data. This is a mouthful. Ready? Price triggers are the product of extracted data from extensive technical, trend, momentum, range, swing, breakout, reversal, and other technical strategies and market research, of other trading strategies and market research. So what you get with price triggers essentially is all of the things that we're going to talk about in this series, technically speaking. You take all of them and you chop them up into a blender, and a computer blender, and outspits these price triggers. Now, the product of price triggers, it produces price trigger reports on a daily basis on thousands of tradable instruments. We used to say over 1,300. Now, to keep things simple, we just say thousands, because our list of price trigger reports has gotten so incredibly large. And we actually supercharged them this week. Dex, you kept joking on our live show on Rogue about how you were going to give everybody the loaded gun algorithm, and you did that, and people are actually loving it, and very powerful, very cool, and essentially nothing different about a way you would approach it.
No, but think about this though. They're called price triggers. All right. They're called price triggers for a reason. What is a trigger? It's a part of a loaded gun. You pull the trigger and you have now fired the loaded weapon. Price triggers are loaded weapons. So I figured I would take the training wheels off. It was about time now, and I let everyone handle the loaded weapon, and the results that we've gotten back are over the top. To quote one of our members, "Yo, the loaded gun, that's what's up."
Excellent. Extensive data libraries. The analysis in the price triggers incorporates information from extensive data libraries refreshed every day. The price trigger methodology has been systemized for our end users in the PulseWave trading system. So this is the thing. You've been using this methodology to trade for decades, literally a couple decades now. And even when we got together, essentially, I know when I talked to you about it, you thought about it as a methodology, which it is. From your perspective, it's a methodology, Dex. But once we put it out there as a product that people can use, it really becomes essentially a simple system. And what we do at PulseWave Trading is teach you how to use that system, how to take a price trigger, the price trigger of your choice, or maybe you're following Dex's weekly pulse picks or whatever it is, or maybe you're just a Bitcoin trader, and meaning that's all you want to trade. And you're looking at those price trigger reports that are produced daily. You're looking at the trend momentum information that we give you and all of that stuff. And you're just using our system for how to get it, for how to get in and out of the market using those price triggers. So that leads us to the next question, which is, what does a pulse waver do? We talked about all the complicated stuff that you would need to do to be a technical trader last week. This week, we talked about what a reversal trader needs to do. And Dex, you're insisting with your 20 plus years of experience that essentially it's a fool's errand. Whatever you're going to try to do, it's a fool's errand.
Exactly.
And so when it comes to what a pulse waver does, we've gotten it down to 3 simple steps, essentially. And that is choose a trade from the price trigger sheets. We said we produce reports on thousands of tradable instruments every evening, Sunday through Thursday evening. And I love saying that, but I also get nervous whenever I say that because I don't want somebody to think, oh my goodness, there's this mountain of data that I'm going to have to sift through. Really isn't like that. You'll figure out what you want to trade pretty quickly. Most people have something in mind. Some people just want to trade metals or some indexes or cryptos or a few Forex pairs that we put forward as the sort of prime pairs to trade. So it's very easy to whittle down what you're looking into. The reason we produce reports on so many different things is there are a lot of members that we have who are into all kinds of exotic stuff that they want to trade. And so that's why we produce so many things. I think if it was up to us, we would give you Dex's favorite, 30 or 40 things to trade, and that would probably be it. But we get so many requests that we're able to help you to offer you price triggers on virtually anything. So your first step is to choose a trigger. Second is to place an order, and we have our Fast Track series teaches you how to do that in minutes. It shows you how to take a price trigger, turn it into an order. Now, once that order is placed, that doesn't mean it's a trade because we use a thing called a stop order. And a stop order tells the market, don't fill my order unless the price trigger is hit, whether you're going long or going short on a particular instrument. And so by using a stop order, not only does it help you get into good trades, it helps keep you out of bad trades a lot of the time. And that's a key part of our strategy. Third thing, we use what we call the POP method to lock in profits and limit downside. One of the most valuable things that we teach you in our system is the POP method. And the thing is this. In many people's trading system, for example, if you're in a chat room with shot callers, which is a very popular way to trade, just sit there and wait for a particular trader to have inspiration on a given day, tell you they're getting into something, tell you they're getting out of something. Once you're in that trade, God help you if you miss their next post in the chat room or their emergency update saying, okay, I'm getting out now, or I changed, the market went against me, so I'm changing my stop loss. With the POP method, you are equipped very quickly to make intelligent decisions about your own trades using our proprietary POP method. So once you're in a trade, you never feel like you're out there all alone. I mean, you have access to us through our chat room anyway. We have a chat room too. We love our chat room. It's just not, it's not the main thing we produce here. The main thing is those price triggers. And once you're in a trade, once a trade goes active, you could use that POP method on your own very quickly, very rapidly to make decisions about the trades that you're in. That's one of the most powerful things that we offer, in my opinion, as part of the PulseWave trading system. So we're going to take a few questions. If you've got questions, get them ready, load them into that live chat. There's a link on our on the PulseWave Trading Live webinar page that you can head over to the live chat and ask us questions. Before we do, I want to give you just a brief overview of the PulseWave trading system and how it works. And then we're going to go straight to our live chat. So a couple of key features of what to expect from PulseWave Trading. And if you haven't already, I mean, if you're watching this, you've got a free account with us, and that's great. If you haven't already, watch our tour videos, watch some videos me and Dex talk about the system, and I think you'll get a feel for what we do at PulseWave Trading. But here's a few key things. First off, we have the price trigger sheets. And so every night we publish, and when I say every night, I mean every market night, every school night, Sunday through, I should say that, every school night.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
that. We produce sheets, and we, even though the crypto markets are always open, we generally discourage placing new orders on the weekend because of liquidity is weird and stuff like that, and the volume is weird. But school nights, we produce price trigger sheets. We put them out there for you, and they cover 5 areas. Crypto, which is probably our most popular. We love cryptos. We're very into cryptos. Forex, equities, and then we have futures and indexes, which are sort of a subset of the equity sheet in a certain sense. And so those sheets come out every night. They're updated. We have a daily report, and there's always the weekly report embedded with it. And so most people are trade using that daily report. And so those price triggers, what they're giving you, and I always use Bitcoin as my example just because I love Bitcoin. What they give you in those sheets is the right place to enter the market. So let's use Forex, since you could go long and short Forex. So if you wanted to trade the Canadian dollar, it's going to show you where you would want to go long and where you would want to go short. And then it's going to tell you a little bit about the nature of that market. But the most important thing are those 2 price triggers. And so you could literally grab the sheet, look for the buy trigger and look for the sell trigger. And you could enter a buy and a sell order. And if one of them gets hit, that's a confirmation of how the market is moving that day. And so it's extremely powerful, extremely simple to use. Next, we have our fast track video series. And what that is, it's a couple hours, about 2.5 hours long, I think, last I checked. Really, for most people, it's going to be shorter because you're going to skip some of the videos depending on what you're interested in. So if you're just a Forex trader, or you just want to be a crypto trader, or you just want to be an equities trader, you're going to skip, 30% of the videos the first time you go through them. So for most people, in under 2 hours, you'll learn how to use our system completely, the PulseWave trading system. And that's one of the benefits of using a system like this. I want to emphasize, we're not trying to teach you how to do what DEX has done. We're trying to teach you how to use the system that DEX's methodology has produced. And that is actually pretty simple. So if I was going to try to teach you how to become DEX, I'd first have to study for a decade to figure out what DEX is. And what he does and how he came to these conclusions, what those conclusions are, and then we'd have to figure out how to teach you how to do that. We don't even try.
Don't tell them how he escaped from Area 51.
How we broke him out.
Yeah, yeah,
us, me, V, and 1,000 millennials broke DEX out of Area 51. So, as a wise person once said, ain't nobody got time for that. We're not going to try to teach you how to be DEX. We're going to show you how to use this system, how to use it effectively, and how to limit your risk while you're doing it. So that's what the Fast Track series is all about. Then the other thing is you can trade what you want. If you're into some weird, obscure equity that you want to trade, we probably trade it. And if we don't trade it already, we take requests. And so, in fact, I've had to, as Dex would say, I've had to ask Dex to come into my office because he's been taking outrageous requests lately that are causing him all this new work to do. And I've been saying, dude, you've got to slow down. You got to be less generous with your saying yes, because that's the kind of guy he is. He just wants our members to have everything that their hearts desire, which is awesome. But we do take requests, reasonable requests. Last one. We have our weekly pulse picks. So if you really are saying to yourself, well, this is great, but I don't know what I want to trade. We have Dex actually telling you what he's looking at and where his orders are on any given week with his weekly pulse picks. And we update those a few times a week. And that's essentially a shorter sheet. It's basically just all of those reports boiled down to, I think now it's up to 40 different things that he would be interested in trading. Most people, as I said, they're gonna pick an area. I don't know. My literary mind wants to say genre, but that's not the right word. A type of instrument such as crypto or Forex or equities. Most people are gonna want to pick one of those, but some people like Dex are going to be trading from all of the sheets, and that's what the Pulse picks are. They give you sort of a summary of what he's looking at that week, and that's the system. Now, if you join us today, you get access to all of our price triggers. We debated selling them piecemeal because that would be totally justified. But with your pro membership or platinum membership, you get access to all of the price trigger sheets, all of the reports that we produce. You get access to all of our videos, all of the information we have. By the way, I finally added to PulseWaveTrading.com our crypto beginners class. So you get access to that class with your subscription, which will show you how to buy Bitcoin and how to open accounts in order to trade it and stuff like that. But the Fast Track series comes with your membership. Also, access to our Slack room. Let me see how I can share this. Oh, it's a little different than I used to do. Let me see. I'm gonna stop sharing this thing. Just give me 1 second here. So I'm going to share a different screen. So you can get access to our chat room. There it is. So this is our Slack chat, which in the past, this was like all you got was our Slack chat, and we would put our reports in there. But now this is an important part of what we do. And here in our alerts channel, this is where we let you know when the pulse waves have been reported, or if we're going live, or sometimes I'll show you little updates to your dashboard at PulseWaveTrading.com. So the key thing in here is that you get full access to me and Dex, as well as the rest of our community. So not only do you get access to the PulseWave price triggers and the education, but you have direct access to our team, including myself and Dex. And so that's a big part of what we do, is that it's not just the information, but also includes access to the people so that we can assist you with that. Now, last thing we'll talk about, then we'll start taking some questions if we have any. Capital requirements. And what we mean by capital requirements is what you'll need to open accounts if you're interested in trading. So first of all, if you want to trade cryptos, you can open crypto trading accounts with virtually nothing. In fact, you don't even need to load them to have them be active. So there are no minimums for that. Of course, we encourage you to trade with as much risk capital as you've got, because that'll make it more fun and more profitable for you. But there are no minimums, so you don't have to have 10 grand or something to open a KuCoin account or a Kraken account or a Poloniex or anything like that. And in our Fast Track series, we tell you about some options for trading cryptos, and we show you the basics of how to do it. Forex, we teach people how to use Oanda.com. And same thing with Oanda. You can fund that with a debit card. We've had people fund it with as little as $40 to get started and practice with it. That's not our recommended minimum to trade with. Dex would recommend that you start with about $500 if you're going to trade Forex, so that you can profit from it. Now, if you want to trade equities, we typically use Thinkorswim. You could use what you want, but we typically use Thinkorswim. It has all the features that you're going to need. To open a Thinkorswim account, you're going to need about $3,500. And but you don't have to maintain a balance of $3,500, but you do need about $3,500 to open one of those accounts. And of course, you have to abide by the pattern day trade rules. So in other words, you won't be able to day trade if you have less than 20 grand, but the price trigger system is not generally a day trading system. So that's not going to affect most people. So that's it for us. We're open to questions now and comments. Just want to encourage you, get in there. Now's the time. Now's the time to get used to the system, learn how to use it, get comfortable with it. Summertime is a great time to learn how to trade. Wouldn't you say, Dex?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, too, if there's any one of our members in here on this webinar, feel free to comment and let the other people in the chat area know how well you're doing.
Yeah, we appreciate it. HW was saying he's not loving Kraken because of he was saying insufficient margin. Buy stop order will get canceled. Oh, I see what you're saying. With margin trading, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Kraken. So what?
Kraken allows margin trading. Yeah, he's talking about
right.
That. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not changing their stuff too, are they? Like Binance?
Not at the moment. Yeah, we're waiting for Binance US to get launched, which would be very helpful. We would love for that to come out.
Yeah, this is a great time. Just like Frank was saying, this is a great time to learn how to do this so that you can have that additional income stream for yourself and for your family. Trading is a skill, but it's also an opportunity to build wealth. It's the best opportunity that I know of to build wealth on, over time, consistently, even better than real estate. Real estate's been a dead market forever.
Yeah. Yeah, and the amount of risk and stuff that you need to get in real estate is such a hassle. There's a great comment from Caesar. He says, your emotions are the worst enemy. Following Dex's system helps you control your emotions, which is where you get your other nickname from, the Vulcan, right? Is that
correct?
You approach the system like a Vulcan, and then Caesar was saying,
heartless when it comes to the system.
Eliminates hours of charting a single security crypto. Thanks, Caesar. Yeah. Something we've talked about in the past.
The deal. You can either join PulseWaves and learn and learn how to really succeed, or you can just sit there and sit on the sidelines. And Dex said something key. He says it's one of the best ways to build wealth slowly on the long term. And guys, here's the deal. You've been listening to me for a while. You know the game, okay? The physical economy is dying a death of 1,000 cuts. The only thing that's going to be left standing and where most of the equity is growing, Dex and I talked about this the other day when we were on Rogue News yesterday with Frank. Look, the only thing standing is the market. It's the greatest money machine on the planet right now. And it hasn't been any better than it is right now. What do you say, Dex?
Absolutely. This is the bar of entry has been lowered. All right. It hasn't been this lowered since prior to 9/11. Prior to 9/11, there was no pattern day trade rule. You could open a stock trading account with $500 and day trade all day long, put on 1,000 different trades, and it wouldn't have mattered. After 9/11, they changed that. So by putting that pattern day trade rule in there, they literally took thousands and thousands of people out of the market by doing that. But now, because of technology, the bar has been lowered again. You heard Frank say it. You can open up a crypto account with no money. All right. And throw whatever you want into it and trade with that. Micro Forex over at Oanda. You can open up an account and you can put, a couple $100 in there and you're good to go. You can trade with increments as low as a penny a pip. A penny a pip. Banks aren't even giving you a penny on your savings accounts.
Right.
So can you imagine that? Can you imagine getting a penny for every dollar you had in there every day? Money adds up.
Yeah.
Pennies turn to nickels, nickels turn to dimes, dimes turn to quarters, quarters turn to dollars, compounded over time. And as your account grows exponentially, your profits grow along with it because you're able to trade larger size, leg into positions, yada, yada, yada. So the opportunity for you to do that is now.
Excellent.
What are you waiting for? Sign up right now.
I'm just reading comments. Great question for Mr. B. I trade Forex. I look for 1011 and 10-22. This is what has worked for me. If it's worked for you, he says, is this wrong? No, it's not wrong. Not at all. And especially if you found it to work for you, Mr. B. That's probably the most basic way to use the trend momentum. The only thing I would say there, add to that, is that the price triggers are the most important thing. You're looking at the indicators, which are valuable and helpful, but the price is the most important thing. So if you wanted to perhaps catch some more moves throughout the day, then you could just pick a few favorites and use the price triggers. Dex, you have anything to add to that?
Absolutely. I designed the system this way. Literally, you can use the system and trade it any way you see fit. Whatever's working for you is right. I didn't make it, a stick in the mud where it's this hard written in stone thing where you must do this and must do that. You can use the system to to tailor it to fit your trading style, whatever you want to do it, however you want to do it. If it's working for you, then it's right. That's what I designed it for. So
excellent.
Congratulations to Mr. B.
Yeah, man. Yeah, working for you means what? It means you're extracting value from the market, which is extremely difficult to do.
If not impossible. You hit the nail on the head. We're giving you an opportunity to extract money from the markets. All right. This is like going to an ATM machine and taking money out of a bank that you don't have an account in. If you did that, they call that robbery. But we're teaching you something legal, which is extracting money out of the markets, which is something that millions of people across the planet attempt to do with little to no success. We're giving you the opportunity to do it with consistent success. So there's a big difference. Extracting value from the market, it's awesome. I don't care if you can take a penny out of the market. The fact that you took something out of the market is amazing.
Yeah, excellent. Last question. We're going to go. HW saying, are you guys going to re-add alt priced in BTC? Yes, that's taken a little longer than we had hoped, but we should be adding that very soon. In fact, we'll probably talk about that a little bit today. But yeah, Dex is ready to do that. Right now, our cryptos are USD priced. It's USD pairs, but that's going to change very, 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 very soon.
Yep. As soon as you set me loose, I'll knock it out. That was messed up.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We appreciate you being here. And we'll see you guys in the room, PulseWaveTrading.com. All right, everybody, have a great weekend.
Be encouraged.
Laters.